Welcome to another episode of Live with Omar and Melinda.
Hello, welcome.
If we're going to be doing these a lot, we should come up with a name, like a cool name for like a show. Like we should make a name like a show. Like, should it just be the Omar and Melinda? Or should it be the Melinda and Omar show?
Yeah, I think Melinda and Omar sounds better.
Really?
Well, people like me more, so.
So you're saying it should just be the Melinda show with
no, because
I'll be a guest
because you're the marketing guy. So
I don't get it. I think it should be Omar and Melinda. Why should it be Melinda and Omar?
That's fine.
Or why should it just be the Melinda show?
I'll just do kind of like what one of my cousins said. Go ahead, you can say you're first. Go ahead, you can say you're first. I'm not listening. No one's listening. Everyone knows the truth, though.
Wow. Wow.
But I love you.
Yeah. Okay. Well, anyway, guys, here we are on the Melinda show with myself as a guest. So I'm the guest. And so you know what that means? You should be the one anchoring here. You should be the anchor. Go ahead. I'm just going to sit here and smile. It's okay
because you're the marketing department. Go ahead. Let's talk high ticket.
All right. So we're talking high ticket. We've been talking high ticket all week, and had an amazing webinar last night. Bunch of people showed up for that
exciting,
one.
Yeah.
And it was fun. We basically did some training, and we talked last night about high ticket selling. We talked about the basically the system, the process. We dispelled a couple of myths, and man, I know that last night's webinar probably pissed off a couple of gurus and a couple of marketers that you're following because the reality is that a lot of the people that are teaching internet marketing out there are really teaching tactics that keep you exactly where you are. They're teaching you how to create low ticket products and how to build a list and how to drive. And there's merit in doing those things. I'm not saying that, if that's what you've done, that you've wasted your life. No, but what I am saying though, is that there are a lot of more reliable, faster ways to make a lot more money. And one of them is high ticket selling. And for whatever reason, people just freak out and like, oh, no, I can never sell a high ticket product. Yes, you can. Oh, but I don't have a list. It doesn't matter. You don't need one. Oh, but I don't have any traffic. It doesn't matter. You don't need one. Well, I don't have a high ticket product. Guess what? It doesn't matter. You don't need one. You can make high ticket sales, $297 a sale, $497 a sale, $997 a sale, and heck, even a lot more than that. We've got products that go,
from $17 to $65,000. So
yes, a $65,000 product, a $32,000 product, a $15,000 product, a $10,000 product. We have products in the $4,000 range. We've got products, a whole spectrum of products, and you can make those kinds of sales too. Stop having that defeatist mentality that no, you can't. No, I don't know enough. No, I don't have anything that's valuable enough. I don't have my own product. Doesn't matter. There are other people's products out there that you can leverage, you can white label, you can sell, you can team up with, you can partner up with, you can get rights to, you can get a license to. There's so many ways that you can do this. But if you're just focusing on making those $17 sales, we talked about this yesterday and we talked about it quite a bit last night. You got to make a lot of $17 sales every single month just to cover your bills, just to cover your expenses. And that's how you fall into that launch trap, into that feast or famine cycle. And unfortunately, it's like 90-something% of the people, I don't have an exact number, and everybody knows that 83.2% of statistics are made up anyway. So, it's the way that most people go, like the direction that most people go is that, okay, I got to create a product. I got to create a $17 product. So we've been focusing this past week on high ticket sales, and we're in a series basically that we're doing. Last night was session number 1, and it wasn't too long, right? I think the content itself was like 30 or 40 minutes. And
I have to say, I had a lot of fun last night.
It was cool. It was a cool webinar. Like
it was awesome.
Yeah, no pressure. It was just, we're 100% content, and people loved it. It was very interactive in the group. It looks like Melinda's camera is frozen. It looks like
you're frozen, actually. Oh,
okay,
you're not frozen
we're back.
Anymore.
We're back. It seems like we had a little hiccup there, but we're back. So anyway, we've been in this series where we're talking about high ticket selling because in all sincerity, nobody's really ever taught it the way that we're teaching it, and nobody has ever done what we're about to do tomorrow. So last night we did the first session. Tonight we're doing the second session. Tonight we're going to be talking about automation and basically keeping the money coming in once you set up a high ticket system. And it's a lot easier than you think. And then tomorrow we're actually going to be revealing our system. By the way, I don't know if we've got anybody putting in comments. Go ahead and click the like button. I don't know. We're broadcasting on 8 different platforms right now using StreamYard. So go ahead and leave a comment. Go ahead and click the like button. Go ahead and say something nice about us. Or try to say something nice about me. I know you can say stuff that's nice about Melinda, but let me see if I can put a comment. I've never done a comment to everyone. Let's see if it works. Do you have a comment thing on yours?
I just found it today because I didn't see it yet yesterday. I can't type anything.
Let's see.
I can just see.
Let's see if that works.
I saw you say hello, everyone.
Okay, so that posted to the HLS fan page and to YouTube.
To YouTube, yeah.
Okay, got it. Okay, cool. So anyway, what we want to talk about today is kind of like, and what we've been doing with these little Facebook Lives. These are just little short, kind of like little intros to the whole concept of making high ticket sales, and really just designed to let you know about what we're doing tonight. So we want to get you to come to that training that we're doing. And by the way, last night's training is available on the website, which I can put up on here if I can find my little banner thing. That's the URL that it's on, higherlevelstrategies.com/HTP. So if you already registered for the training and you go to that URL, it'll take you right to the replay page. If you haven't registered yet, it'll take you to a landing page where you got to register in order to see. So you have to enter your name and your email. So last night's training is already there. And then there's little placeholders for the training that's going to take place tonight and tomorrow. But as soon as that training is done, we'll be putting those up as well. Tonight, we're going to be talking about the automation. Last night, we talked about, and you know what? I should probably have it open on a screen, and I didn't do that in advance. So let me see if I can just put it on here. Basically, that's not the one that I want. Let's see if I can get me right to, yeah, there it goes. Okay. So, essentially what happens when you go to that URL and you register, you'll see a little page like this. Let me see if I can add it on here. Chrome tab. And I believe
you'll be a ninja
one.
in no time.
Yes, I believe it's this one.
There you go.
Can you guys see that?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Okay. So yeah, when you get to that page there, you'll see down at the bottom there are 3 little windows, 3 little like thumbnails for the videos. And video 1, obviously, we already did that. That's the one that we did last night. So if you click on that, it opens up the training. Okay, welcome. Right here. And yesterday we talked about how the big money is made. So I think it's altogether, it's less than 30 minutes. It's 27 minutes. We probably spent a little shy of an hour on the actual webinar because so many people were just asking questions. It was a pretty fun time. But tonight we're going to be talking about the next topic, which is actually you can see right here. It says how you automate it. So we talked about how to make the big money. So now we're going to talk about how to automate it. And then tomorrow we're actually going to reveal our high ticket system. We're going to hand it to you on a silver platter. But first, there we go. I'm back. Okay, I'm just playing around. I meant to remove that. Okay, so what I wanted to do first today was kind of give you a little heads up about how we create stability with high ticket sales. Okay, so I actually have a little slide here that I made because there's 3 things that create stamina, that create high ticket stamina. And as soon as I figure out how to do this part here, okay, I guess I got to do the share again. So I got to remove that one. Can I show? Oh, I can do another one. I could do stop that.
He's exploring.
Share this one. Okay. I'm learning how to use this StreamYard interface. Okay. So I'm going to share the other screen. I thought I could share two at the same time, but I can't. So I'm going to share as soon as I get that one. And
voila.
There it is. Okay. So basically, there's a couple of things that we need, and I think that's not the slide that I wanted to be on. I wanted to be on, bear with me, that one. Okay, so 3 things you need. First thing that you need is a strategy, okay? And in order to create those high ticket sales, Melinda and I have been making a lot of money with high ticket sales, like we mentioned, from products ranging all the way up to $65,000 per unit. And we've been doing it for a very, very long time. And the first thing that you need is a strategy. And I think that a lot of people try to rush to create a system without first having a strategy, without even first having made some money selling high ticket. And it's really not a difficult process to do, but you can't jump into creating a system of automation if you haven't already created some sales and created a process that works, right? So in order to do that, you need strategy. And the way that I explain this to people is, what came first, the cruise control or the car? Right? You got to have the car and you got to know how to drive before you can create the cruise control. But I think way too many people that are coming to internet marketing, trying to build a business, trying to follow the gurus, they're trying to create cruise control. They're trying to create like a system that works on autopilot that's going to make them rich when they still haven't even created that first dollar. They still haven't created the car to drive or learn how to drive, but they want to make cruise control. And there's really only 3 things that you need for strategy. You need an offer, you need a funnel, and you need marketing. And this is the part that Melinda and I are experts at. We've done this so many different ways for so many different types of products, and we teach this to people on a regular basis. And once you get it, once you really see once somebody shows this to you. Yesterday we used the picture of the wizard behind the curtain. You've all seen the Wizard of Oz. Where Dorothy and the whole little clan there, they follow the yellow brick road, they finally get to Oz, and they think it's like this big wizard, but it's just a man behind a curtain. And essentially what we want to do is make you the man behind a curtain, or the person behind the curtain that has control over all these different things. And it's a lot easier than you think, as long as you have the right strategy, meaning you have the offer, you have a funnel in place, a series of steps. That's all that a funnel is. Don't overcomplicate it, because it's not complicated. It's a series of steps where they come in, where your customers come in, what they see next, and then what you give them. Like these steps are very, very simple. And when you start overcomplicating this, overthinking this, is when you end up like screwing up the process. So creating stamina, meaning creating a reliable, dependable income, high ticket income every single month. We talked yesterday about how beneficial it is to just make a few sales a month that are actually going to make you more money. If you make a few high ticket sales a month, 3 or 4 sales, you can make a lot more money than if you're making 500 low ticket sales a month. And making 500 low ticket sales every single month is freaking hard. That's hard. But for whatever reason, it's what almost every single one of you guys that are watching this right now is trying to do. You're trying to learn how to make hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of sales a month, and you're struggling at it. More than likely, you're failing at it when it's so much easier to just make 3 or 4 sales a month. It's just that the price point is scaring the crap out of you. You don't think it's possible, at least not for you. And I'm here to tell you that it is. Not only is it possible, but with the right strategy, you don't need to have a list to do it. You don't need to have traffic to do it. You don't even freaking need a product to do it. And we're going to show you that. Okay. We're going to cover a lot of that today. Tonight when we do our session number 2. What's the next thing? A process. And this is the master. This is the process master right here. This is my
wheelhouse. I am the process person here at our company. I am all about processes. Every time we have something new going on, I'm like, okay, let's make a process for that, because it's important. It's important because, let's be honest, nobody wants to work a lot, and you need to make things simple. So we use simple tools in our business that anyone can learn, and they're not hard. We use Meister, for example, for when our project management software.
I love Meister.
I love it because
we've used a lot of other ones too before, but I think Meister's my favorite. Like it took a long way to get that one.
We did some, like I literally did some digging on what would be the best, because I wanted something simple. A lot of softwares can get complicated with all the features. Meister's just super simple,
and it's free.
And it's free, so it's awesome. Another thing that we use in our company to help with processes, Google Suites. They have tons of tools that you can use that is free.
So Melinda has, just so that you guys know, Melinda has a strategy like a Google Doc for everything.
Yes.
Like she makes a Google Doc with like a process. It reminds me of when I used to work for the fire department. We used to have a standard operating procedure. It was like a book this thick. Well, Melinda makes like a Google Doc for everything in our business, the high ticket sales, every single procedure, like all the steps, step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. And frankly, it has made me more productive. Like it keeps me on point, like keeps me on track.
It does, and it keeps everyone involved in your project on track, so it's really important to have processes in place, because it goes down to my next thing. When you have processes in place, you can also have an assistant to help you with those things. A lot of people think, oh my God, that's so much work for me. It's not, it really isn't, because when you have a simple process in place, and you can have, we use Upwork to hire our employees, and when you have a process in place and someone that can do it for you, like it just relieves you of work. I'm able to sit down on my couch for a long lunch and watch Netflix if I want to.
No, we work hard every day. Every day.
Because we have processes in our business that everyone on our team is aware of. So
look, I want to just harp on something that Melinda's saying here, because this really was the glue that kind of put it together. So I am good at being the creative side of it, like the marketing side. I can think of the ideas and all that. Melinda calls me the visionary, right? But I really sucked at putting processes in place, putting procedures, like making it like consistent, you know what I mean? Creating the cruise control, right? So I was good at building the car. Melinda came in with the processes and now said, no, we got to put this on cruise control. Like we're not going to be doing this every single week, every single time that we want to sell a new product. No. So she basically made the steps, put it down in writing. And now once you have that, you can teach it to people. Not only can you teach it to people, but you can make it better and better. And we've gone back and fixed things,
we've changed, not, I wouldn't say fixed, but we made better.
Improved.
Our processes, we've had processes for certain things in our business where that's been our process for a year. And then we'll go back and we'll be like, wait, what were you thinking? We can make this better by doing X, Y, Z, So, and then we can go and we can just update our process doc. So everybody knows on the team that, look, there's a new process for this, read this and, get on the same page.
Yeah. There's been an update. We send a company memorandum and there's been an update to the standard operating procedures.
We don't do it that.
But I wanted to make it sound more official for
kind of, but
you know what I mean?
Not really.
Yeah. So, I think that Marcus Pauling is saying everyone claims to offer step by step, but very few actually do SOP. He's saying very few actually do. SOPs make all the difference between success and failure. That's 100% right, man, because when you have a standard operating procedure, there's always a reference. Like there's always like, oh, what do we do here? I know. Let's go check the SOP. Let's go check what we're supposed to do. And Melinda's great at creating those. It truly was the glue that we were missing, a simple process. But like I mentioned earlier, remember, you can't make the cruise control until you have the car. And I think that's what a lot of people do when they're coming onto the internet. They hear there's such a hurry to make a lot of money. And I get it. People that turn to the internet, they usually turn to the internet to make money at the worst time in their lives. Yes. Like they don't turn when they're looking to invest in business. They decide that they're going to start a business when their house is in foreclosure, their car is about to get repoed, they're $40,000 in debt, and they want money tomorrow. And then it's not the best time in your life to start a business. So they're in a hurry. So they're not about putting processes in place. They're not about first making the first dollar and then scaling that and then putting a process in place. They just want to do it all now. And Unfortunately, the gurus out there, a lot of these marketers out there tap into that mentality and they exploit it, and they get you to buy all this different stuff. Learn how to build a list, learn how to drive traffic, learn how to run ads, learn how to make a video. And you buy all these things and buy all these things and buy all these things, all to create a $10 product that you need to make 500 sales a month of or more. Because $10, if you split that with the affiliates, heck, you need to make like 1,000 sales a month just to make a few grand in order to be able to pay your bills. And I'm here to tell you again, I'm here to remind you, I'm not telling you anything you don't know. That's hard. That's freaking hard to do. So, Melinda and I have been focusing on this high ticket sales strategy, and we're teaching it to people. And last night, the response we got was amazing. People were like, holy cow, like this is, I can't believe this. Like, this is great, because they just hadn't looked at it at that angle. They always thought that, I have to have this huge like following. I have to have traffic. I have to have this like multi-$1,000 product in order. And you don't need those. It's great if you have that. I'm not trying to dismiss any work that you've already done. Yeah, there's a lot of merit in building a list. There's a lot of merit in driving traffic. There's a lot of merit in having your own product. But the reality is that most of that stuff is a byproduct of a high ticket system. It's not the way you create a high ticket system. And a lot of people kind of mess it up. They put the cart before the horse. So the last thing that I wanted to mention today, before we tell you about tonight and invite you to come tonight, is basically automation. That's, again, expanding on the cruise control thing. Once you have that high ticket process in place, so we talked about the strategy first, the funnel, the marketing, the offer, that's the car, right? And then now you get Melinda's processes in there, using Meister, using a procedure that's on Google Docs, maybe even getting an assistant and training them on how to do that for you, so you don't have to be doing 14 hours a day in front of your computer. Now you have to automate the process, and there's tools that we use in our business. And this is the part where, different people do it different ways. And there's things like EverWebinar. There's so many affordable ways to automate high ticket sales. Now, usually you want to sell high ticket products through a webinar because you're marketing outside of the inbox. The higher amount of money that you're charging for an item, the more time it takes for the prospect to make a decision about it. Okay, so I'll give you an example. If you're selling $1 candy bar, how long does it take you to make a decision to buy a candy bar for $1 at the gas station?
It depends on my stomach.
On your stomach?
Yes.
So you don't, basically what I'm saying is, if you're going to buy a $1 Snickers bar, you don't need to have a family meeting about spending $1.
Not at all.
Right? Not general. But if you're going to spend $5,000, that might be a conversation you want to have with your spouse or your partner before you spend that money, right? So if you're selling something that's high ticket, the amount of time that it's going to take to get that person to make that decision is a lot longer. And if you're marketing just through email and just trying to get people to a sales page to buy, it's tougher to do. Automation enables you to create your best possible sales presentation and automate it using a software. And there's so many affordable softwares out there nowadays to do this. But when you combine these three things, the strategy, right? The processes, the simple system that Melinda's talking about, the procedures, standard operating procedures, and you combine it with automation, you now have like the triple threat. You have a way to truly create stability, stamina. You can forecast the amount of sales that you're going to make, high ticket sales now, every single month. And a lot of people you're so busy trying to build a list that you don't realize that having a list does not give you a business. Having a business gives you a list. So I just wanted to make sure that I kind of got you thinking in that direction. Like, it is possible. You can do this. I see a comment there from Diana Keeler saying, looking forward to learning about the automation. And that brings us perfectly into what we're going to be talking about tonight. So you can actually register to be part of this free training series that we're doing, higherlevelstrategies.com/HTP, which stands for high ticket profits. And what we're going to be talking about tonight is that whole automation component, creating that reliability, that stamina, because that is really what you need. The feast or famine cycle is what you're in when you're doing product launches. Constantly have to think of, what am I going to launch next? What am I going to do next? What am I going to launch? How am I going to make money and sales come in next month? And we want to take away that stress. We want to make it so that you can depend on high ticket sales coming in. And trust me when I say you really only need a few high ticket sales per month in order to cover your bills and cover your expenses. So we're going to talk about automating that process. How do we do that? We're going to cover that tonight at 9 p.m. And if you want to sign up for that, it's higherlevelstrategies.com/HTP. Yeah, it's tough to do it because you're looking at the mirror image. Yeah. So you don't know if it's really, is it on that side? Is it on
right
this side?
Here.
So somewhere here, there should be a little link. And if you go to higherlevelstrategies.com/HTP, you'll be able to register for that. And we will we'll be there tonight with a cool presentation, interacting with you, answering questions. And what we answered, we spent just as much time answering questions yesterday as we did doing the presentation. And it was a lot of fun.
Says, last night's training was sensational. Looking forward to watching tonight's training.
I see it. Awesome. Well, Rogelio, last name is Job. Any relation to Steve, I wonder? Mm-hmm. No, Steve, that was Steve Jobs, not Job, right? Or is it? No, Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs, yeah. So anyway, thank you for the compliment, Rogelio. We look forward to seeing you on tonight's webinar as well. And we look forward to seeing you. I hope that you come and you learn about high ticket selling. At the very least, the training that we're doing is designed to just inspire you to maybe think a little bit differently, think outside the box. Just think outside the box, and just see that, hey, there's another approach to this. I don't have to try to, build a list of thousands of people. Mm-hmm. I don't have to create product launch after product launch after product launch. I'm not saying that, again, I don't want you to misconstrue what I'm saying and saying that you've wasted time by creating products. No, not at all. What I'm saying is that there's a faster way to make a lot more money. And the answer is high ticket sales. And you can, in fact, do it. It's a lot easier than you think. Mm-hmm. You don't have to be a marketer with 15 years of experience to pull it off. And we can show you how. We want to show you how. Yes, I looked like you were going to say something there. Well, being the anchor and the host of the show, I figured you. I'm just going to be quiet now. Let Melinda.
No. So we look forward to seeing you tonight. And we hope that you go ahead and you register right there.
I can't wait to play it back and see if that actually.
I'm gonna look like a.
Here, you go to the side and I'll go down. Go do the little side thing right there. Make that a meme. All right, guys. So I hope you've enjoyed this little lunch break live with us. Lunch break live.
Ooh, lunch break live. Oh,
no, look high five. No, look high five. Okay, lunch break live with Omar and Melinda. We love you. We will see you tonight. higherlevelstrategies.com/HTP.
See ya. Bye.